My wife threw away our 15-year marriage for a guy she met at the gym, so I made sure her new soulmate found out about all her previous affairs. I, 42M, have been married to Sarah, 40F, for 15 years, together for 17. We met through mutual friends at a charity event, where she immediately caught my eye with her vibrant personality and infectious laugh. She was working as a real estate agent, making a name for herself in luxury properties, and I had just started my own tech consulting business. The connection was instant. Within 6 months, we were living together, and a year later, we got married in a beautiful beachside ceremony in Maui, with 200 of our closest friends and family there to celebrate. Life was perfect, or so I thought. We built a beautiful life together, bought our dream house in an exclusive neighborhood, traveled to 32 countries together, and were that couple everyone envied. Our annual Christmas parties were legendary, and we hosted charity events that always made the local society pages. Sure, we had our ups and downs like any marriage, but we always worked through things together. Sarah was my best friend, my partner in everything. I even helped her start her own real estate firm 5 years ago, investing $200,000 of my own money because I believed in her so much. At least, that's what I believed until 3 months ago. The changes started subtly. Sarah joined this fancy new gym downtown, one of those exclusive places that costs more per month than most people's car payments. She started wearing more makeup to work out, and suddenly needed new workout clothes every week. We're talking Lululemon and Alo Yoga, not your regular athletic wear. She'd always been into fitness, so I encouraged it, even when she hired a personal trainer named Jake, 28M. Looking back, I should have seen the red flags, but I was too busy being the supportive husband everyone praised me for being. She started coming home later, claiming she was doing extra training sessions or meeting clients. Her phone was always face down, and she changed her password for the first time in our marriage. But the biggest red flag? She stopped sharing details about her day. Sarah used to tell me everything, from what she had for lunch to office gossip about her agent's drama. Now, conversations felt forced and superficial. She'd change the subject whenever I asked about her day at the gym or her new clients. One evening, I was working late at home in my office, the same office where we'd spent countless nights planning our future together, when a notification popped up on our shared iPad. She forgot we were still linked through iCloud. It was a message from Jake. Last night was amazing. Can't wait to see you again tomorrow. You're all I think about. My world stopped. I felt like someone had punched me in the gut. The iPad we bought together on our last anniversary, where we kept our shared photo albums of all our travels, had just become the messenger of my marriage's destruction. Instead of confronting her immediately, I decided to dig deeper. I hired a PI, best decision I ever made, cost me $15,000, but worth every penny. Within a week, he had photos of them having lunch at all our favorite restaurants, holding hands in the park where we used to walk our dog, and kissing outside the gym. But that wasn't even the worst part. The PI discovered something that shook me to my core. Jake wasn't her first affair. Over the past 5 years, she'd had 3 other relationships, one with a client who bought a $3.2 million house through her. They spent a weekend in Vegas together finalizing the deal, another with a colleague from her real estate firm. They had a regular Thursday marketing meeting at a hotel downtown, and a brief fling with our former neighbor, while I was on a business trip to London. She'd managed to keep them all hidden, playing the role of perfect wife while living a double life. I spent a week planning my next move, barely sleeping, barely eating. During this time, Sarah was acting like everything was normal, even planning our anniversary trip to Greece for next month. She'd already booked first-class tickets and a private villa, probably planning to use the credit cards I pay for. The audacity was astounding. She'd come home, kiss me hello, tell me she loved me, all while texting her boy toy about their gym sessions. Here's where it gets interesting. Instead of confronting Sarah directly, I reached out to Jake. Found his number in her phone while she was in the shower. Her new password wasn't hard to guess. It was his birthday. Turns out, Mr. Perfect Trainer had no idea she was married. Sarah had told him she was divorced and living alone in our house. I sent him all the evidence, photos of our life together, recent vacation pictures from the Maldives, even our last Christmas card where we're both wearing matching sweaters. His response? Holy shit, I had no idea. She told me you were her ex and she bought you out of the house. She even said she was thinking of asking me to move in. But I wasn't done. I also sent him proof of her previous affairs, showing him he wasn't special, just the latest in a line of men she'd manipulated. Jake was furious. He'd genuinely fallen for her, thinking they had something real. They'd even started looking at apartments together, planning their future. He showed me texts where she complained about being lonely and how she'd never felt this way about anyone before. The same things she probably told every other guy. The confrontation happened at the gym, of all places. I got a guest pass. Ironically, using Sarah's membership, she'd listed me as her spouse for the insurance benefits, and walked in during one of their training sessions. I sat down nearby, pretending to check my phone while they went through their workout routine. Jake, following our plan, started asking Sarah about her weekend plans. She mentioned being free, completely forgetting we had dinner plans with my parents to celebrate their 45th anniversary. That's when Jake dropped the bomb. Funny, I thought you'd be busy with your husband's family dinner. You know, the one your mother-in-law has been planning for weeks? The one celebrating 45 years of actual commitment? The color drained from her face. She looked at me, then back at Jake, realizing her carefully constructed house of cards was crumbling. I stood up, walked over, and placed divorce papers on her yoga mat, her expensive Manduka mat that I'd bought her for Christmas. Since you're so good at signing lease agreements with your various apartments for your affairs, you shouldn't have any trouble signing these. Don't worry, I made sure to include all the evidence of your extracurricular activities. She tried to explain, crying about how Jake was different, how she'd finally found her soulmate. Jake laughed and showed her our text conversations, including the evidence of her other affairs. Soulmate? Like the others were? Like the client you spent a weekend with in Vegas? Or the neighbor you hooked up with while your husband was working to pay for your designer gym wear? I'm just the latest idiot you've manipulated. The aftermath was nuclear. Sarah's carefully crafted image imploded. Jake, furious at being deceived, told everyone at the gym. Her real estate colleagues found out, and in our social circle, word spread fast. Those same society pages that used to feature our charity events now whispered about her indiscretions.